Yes, we can see your screen now. Let me let me minimize my webcam view on the stream. Okay. Okay. Good morning and good evening. Um, this is Evo Minecraft MOOC with Minecraft Education, Minecraft Edu at NTUE, and um, we're so happy that you're here today with us with Dakota from Pennsylvania, the United States. And what we did was we just got back from Minecraft Education Cyber Castle Challenge. Um, and now we're getting into the lesson planning part. And I am very happy that we have a couple students who've already built their Minecraft lessons. Um, GT, can you talk a little bit about uh, just slightly a little bit about your lesson idea?
Sure. Yes, I'm GT, and right now I'm working with Anne and Kai to build a four classes lesson plan for the new semester for students to learn the SDGs learning goals. And we are focusing on the goal number 14 and 15, which are the life below water and life on land. So we are going to teach students some vocabulary and sentence patterns regarding the topics, and we are using Minecraft as a platform for students to practice while completing certain like mysterious tasks. Yeah, so basically that's our plan.
Thank you, GT. And Tina, can you do it on full
Yeah,
screen? We're still on full screen, right?
okay.
Thanks. And we have Lynn. What about your team?
Mm. Oh, hello, teacher. Uh, we are still discussing and working on our lesson plan.
Uh huh.
Yes, and our goal is letting the students to know about sustainable this concept.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, and we'll get into more details this afternoon with Lynn.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're having our lesson planning sessions. Okay, so very briefly, I know GT, Kai, Lynn, and your team has already are already very familiar with this, but some of the rest of the people who are here have not are not familiar with the DAU lesson plan. And so what I'm going to do for this hour is we're going to introduce the Minecraft lesson plan immersed in a DAO village, but also talk about, reflect on our experience in the cyber castle challenge. Um, and so when I'm introducing DAO village, I'm going to ask you also for this part of the lesson, how would you have planned for the cyber castle challenge if we are to create a cyber challenge lesson plan. And then Tina has our groups ready. So we are grouping you into groups of 4 people to develop the lesson plan. And luckily, this lesson planning is supported by the Ministry of Education. So each of you will be awarded or paid for your lesson plan. Each lesson plan is how much, Tina?
4,032.
4,032 new Taiwanese dollars. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but for GT and Lin, they are joining the Minecraft lesson plan competition with a 300 US dollar prize of 100 each if they get um, selected, right? Anyways, and I guess we swapped our routines around. We did the exploration first. Okay, so this is the basic lesson plan structure. And Dag, sorry, we've got tons of Chinese, but I'm gonna explain to you what this is in English. So, what's very important is we're planning for um, lessons to be delivered for third grade to sixth grade, 3, 4, 5, sixth grade. Okay, and so the lessons for third grade and fourth graders needs to be very, very simple. Um, and fifth grade and sixth grade could be a little bit more challenging, uh, slightly. And I would like for you to put down your ideas for the lessons, and really explain why did you come up with this lesson? What was your what what was your intended outcome? And here in the Da'u Village lesson plan, we really wanted to the students to be able to get to know more about Da'u people and where they live, um, and their cultural rituals and their buildings, their traditional buildings, the pit house, and to compare their own living with that of Da'u peoples, through this immersive experience inside Minecraft education. And 核心素养, the core literacies, this you could refer to our national curriculum. And the issues we have in Taiwan, we have 19 issues listed, and Aboriginal education is one of them. So, and also digital literacies education is another. So, by delivering this lesson, we are combining 2 issues in one lesson. So, and also with the SDG goals, we have achieved through this lesson gender equality. On the right hand side, Tina, can you place your cursor on the learning objectives part? Yes. For the learning objective, we're only focusing on mainly on English abilities. So you could list the English abilities that you want the students to achieve. And you can see here their learning performances. What we're really aiming at is simple, like vocabulary and simple sentences, and being able to describe what they're doing, and to appreciate different cultures. So these are like our goals, target goals. So it could be, and we're focusing on speaking more than ever, because we would really want our kids to be able to speak in English. So, but at the same time, we're also using Teams, the read aloud function, and so we're also trying to get our students to be able to read. So, yeah. Okay, so I guess that takes care of the lesson plan overall. Okay, main goals. And let's move on to the next slide. Tina?
Yeah.
Next
Can you
slide.
see my screen?
Next slide, please.
Yeah. Sorry, my internet just broke.
Oh no! Are we having troubles with your internet?
Yeah, I'm seeing a blank screen.
Oh no. Perhaps we need help. Tina, can you give us
The
your
link,
yeah.
the link of the PowerPoint.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you share your PowerPoint linked in the chat? Wait, We're back. Are we back?
We back?
There.
Yes, we're back.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank
GT.
you.
Thanks. Okay. Watching stream. Wait. How come? Okay. It's this one. Oh, good. Yay. Wonderful. Okay, so let's see. How do I? Okay. There's a Minecraft tutorial 画面. Like this is. Can you hide this, Tina? I don't know if it's from you or from me. Oh. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 We're good. All right. Okay. So our lesson plans needs to be SDG aligned, but also issues aligned. The 19 issues 就19项议题的其中一个 alright, or and it needs to relate to be related to SDG S goals, okay? And there's a lot of goals, but what I found more relevant to our kids, especially in Minecraft virtual worlds, is life below water and life on land. These two. We did a lot of climate action last semester, and the students, I heard, they got bored with the climate, environmental pollution thing. I don't know. Luna, are you there? Luna, can you share?
Yes. Yeah, so I was in this program last semester also as well, and they really hate of the pollution related subjects like air
Is Luna
pollution,
speaking?
water
I cannot
pollution,
hear.
or
Yes, but Luna was speaking.
any others.
Good. GT, can you hear?
Yeah, can everyone hear me?
I can hear you, but I cannot hear Luna's.
Oh, you can hear me, but
Really?
can't hear Luna's?
Yeah, what happened?
Luna, can you try again?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm speaking. Okay, I don't think you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so what Luna was saying that last semester we really covered a lot of environmental issues, and students and quoting Luna, she used the word hate. Students hated.
Oh my god.
Dag, I don't know why, because
Can I ask a more discriminating question? Did
Yes.
they hate the pollution content, or did they hate the manner in which it was being presented?
Luna,
They
can,
using Minecraft last semester?
the Minecraft lessons were their favorites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They were learning climate action issues in Minecraft, but they feel bored.
No. They weren't learning Minecraft issues in Minecraft. They
Oh,
were
okay.
learning Minecraft issues outside of Minecraft.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, Luna, Dak was saying, was it because they hated environmental protection, or what they hated? What aspect did did it make them to not like this topic?
Yeah, so I think because we are carving it up for too many aspects, like we are talking about air, water, and what else?
Air,
Like,
water
all
pollution,
of the pollutions,
and all of the
environment, and it was the cereal, not they are all together, and it's continue for 3 or 4 weeks, I think.
3 or 4 weeks.
And at the beginning, they were okay with that.
And
Because they are all pollution related, so they are somehow relevant to each other's. So they were thinking that they are learning something repeat and repeat. and then they were like, "Oh, I already get what you're like talking here, like how we can do to like provide those things." And they would just get bored in the end and really hate it. You can see from their face, like, stop talking about it and something like that. So yeah, I think they were just like very bored
Okay.
at those things. And I think also because maybe they're having this kind of things in the schools, because I think also in elementary school they were like really focused on like environmentals pollutions and how they can do like doing the recycles or something. So they were thinking that they are like keep listening to the same thing over and over again while they in the class and outside the class, the extra class, the online class, they're all hearing the same thing, so they get bored. I think that's the reasons.
Thank you, Luna. Dag, so I guess it's because they're learning it in Chinese in their lessons from grade 1, and and then they're learning online and through us, and our lessons are like one whole month of environmental protection theme, right? Like covering air pollution, water pollution, like the oceans, and
So I think one way of maybe rephrasing it that draws focus to what we're talking about is getting 30 days worth of information about the environment is one thing, but getting 1 day's worth of information repeated 30 times is another thing.
Okay.
And the first is probably preferable to the second.
I think we're not repeating, but because different lessons. One lesson we focused on air pollution, and we got students to really checking up the air quality in the areas that they live in, and on other lessons we talk about like water pollution or the oceans polluted because of too much plastic used. But I guess they for the first off, this is not very interactive because it would be like the lessons delivered would be same as this as what we're doing now. We're delivering the concepts through a platform, and it's one way. Not so interactive, not as interactive as what we did in the Minecraft world where everybody could do something, right? And then, so teaching the concepts remotely, I think, and having them fixed on one topic for 90 minutes, and twice a week. I guess that's the reason why they get bored. But we're trying to. That was the first year we're implementing this, and we learn from our lessons and learn from our experiences. And so this is our second year, and we're trying to get students to be more motivated and for our lessons to be more engaging. And so that's our goal. Hopefully, through hopefully more like teams would get the idea that Minecraft education is really an interactive platform, and that kids would really like, and it's more engaging than normally like Zoom meetings or Google Meet or Teams meeting. So that I'm encouraging all of you to design Minecraft, Minecraft-based English lessons on issues and SDG goals. Yeah, that's why we're gathering
I
here.
think along that same line,
Yes.
One of the things that might be raised as an objection to Minecraft is it's, quote, not as efficient time-wise as other types of instruction. But the thing is, since you're already combining things from many different subject areas and matters and goals and agendas, the experience can be very content rich. So while you might be taking, a 90-minute session to do something, the amount of material that you can cover in that 90 minutes is much deeper, much broader.
Yes, yes,
And that's also the key to holding their attention.
yeah, I just read a research paper, summing up like many different research papers on Minecraft, saying that Minecraft lessons are usually very loose-ended and not very focused. But I think it's a matter of lesson planning, and right from our own experience, like this morning for the cyber castle challenge, we know that we can't just take the kids directly into the Minecraft world and teach them something. We need to have a pre-task, perhaps prepare them and give them the background information and the instructions that they needed in order to go in world and complete the task, right? So we have a focus in our lessons, needs to be to have a focus on the issue and on language. So both issue goals and language goals needs to be established before we get students before we teach students. So in this lesson, it's actually the Da'u village lesson. We actually combine the technology education and indigenous education, these two themes out of our 19 issues from the MOE. And here I have used, wait, not, okay, here I have posted these two signs here from Caves Connect. Caves is a bookstore um, in Taiwan, and I what I like about Caves is that they have listed all the issues related picture books on their websites that you could refer to. Okay, so it gives us more support on what sort of books we can use for these issues related topics. And um, I don't know the book owner. I'm not, selling books for them, but I really like the way that they organized picture books around issues. And this is, you can check out their websites. Okay, thank you. Next. So, yeah, we're gonna introduce the Immersed in a Da'u Village lesson plan with a focus on, how do we use this, how do we um, when we look at this lesson plan, how do we uh, change our mindsets into developing a lesson plan for cyber castle challenge. Yeah, thank you. So our topic is immersed in a Da'u village. Grade level is for fifth graders, but in fact we're using it for third grade to sixth grade students. So when we are teaching this lesson plan, we need to have in mind we also have third graders for this lesson plan, and third to sixth. So we need to differentiate our language goals in terms of their grade levels. Um, and it's a 180 minutes lesson, and students level of background is that they can understand simple language, and they know a little bit about Taiwanese Aboriginal cultures, and the SDG goals aligned in this lesson is gender equality. The objectives is integrating SDG goals into lessons is that early Da'u women were treated unfairly because there was like a tradition that women cannot touch boat, the canoes. So in this lesson, we guide students to discuss issues of gender equality. Now, I know you might ask, how do we discuss this issue in English when the students don't even know how to discuss in English? So I think if you're getting students in deep discussion on gender equality, it can be in Chinese, but the remaining of the lesson should be in English. Okay, so last year we have comments from elementary school teachers observing our class. Um, some of the lessons needs to they're encourage you to use more English to teach. So this year we would like to encourage everyone to stick with English in your teaching process and not so much of it explaining in Chinese. Only so only discussion of the issues part can be in Chinese. The rest I would encourage you to be in English. Dak, what do you think? Gender equity. Um, the Dao people, like the women, can't touch the canoe.
As far as how you would do it in Minecraft?
No, as far as like the discussion goes, like for kids to discuss this issue. Of like the past culture of not allowing women to do certain things.
Well, maybe I'm not hearing what you're asking, but for me, if you want them to understand this concept, you just put them in the game and you tell them that the girls are not allowed to use the canoes, the girls are not allowed to use the fishing poles, and the only source of food is fish.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
horrible.
but after 10 minutes of that, you stop and you say, how's it going? And you're going to hear how's it going. You
Yeah,
say, this is
complaints.
not fair. This is not right,
Not
and they'll
fair.
and they'll understand why it's not right. And
That's
the boys will also realize that it's not as obvious to them that there's a problem because they're the ones benefiting.
yeah.
So and then at that point, like you say, there's this struggle of will they have sufficient vocabulary to carry on this discussion in
Mhm.
English, and maybe that's where a vocabulary list up front might be helpful.
Mhm.
Not one that they have to memorize as more work, but here are some words that you might be interested in using. Here are the English equivalents. This is how they're used. Because when there's a need to use that language, you get better effort, shall we say, than when you're just assigning it as a task.
Yes, yes. I really love your idea of having them experience the culture of like getting them in world and letting them experience not being able to fish, not being able to touch the canoe and really get that experience themselves. Be the first person from a first person point of view. You're that they would have stronger feelings toward this inequality concept. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, the whole point is understanding the subject matter, not just memorizing a couple of bullet points.
Yeah.
But that's my heavy-handed approach to things.
I love it. So, yeah, so um, students get immersed in the Dao culture by playing Minecraft, and students can use specific sentences in Minecraft to express themselves, and that's our target goal. So yeah, if we could videotape like some of their feelings towards this experience, that would be great. And even if they don't have the language to express in English, for example, showing that this is unfair, like 不公平, if they say it in Chinese, then you give them the language. It's like the community language
And
approach.
a simple out of that dead end is the loophole that you're allowed to use Chinese to ask what is the word for and then the Chinese word. How would I say and then the Chinese phrase. and then they must immediately use the English equivalent.
Yes, yes, definitely. So kids can ask you, they can express it in Chinese, but you give them the language, and so that they could practice. And remember, we still need more lessons in Minecraft education, because we could set up NPCs and type in what you want them to say. For example, if kids ask you 不公平怎么说, what does it, how do you say 不公平? And you could type it in using an NPC and say it's not fair. Type it in, it's not fair, and then once the student click on the NPC, and with the immersive reader, they could hear what they need to say. Okay, it'll show, it'll read it for them, so that they could, press on the button so many times they could practice saying it, and you don't even need to repeat it yourself. The NPC will do it for you. Okay.
And I think that immediately sheds light on one of the advantages of using Minecraft, is if they can ask an NPC the question and get the demonstration.
Yeah.
And we need to hear that 27 times in order to master it.
Yes.
There is not a student on this planet that will ask the same question of the teacher 27 times to master it.
No.
Whereas they're more than happy to keep poking that NPC to hear it over and over and over again.
That's
so
right.
It lowers a barrier to entry to get them engaged in learning.
Yeah. So that's why I'm encourage everyone to use Minecraft education now that I've have 200 accounts set up for you. And the Ministry of Education, after my presentation of last year's success, they're seeing this as the way to go, and they're encouraging, and we're even going to be in the news articles, that's going to be out in February, saying that National Taipei University of Education is using Minecraft education to teach kids English on issues and SDG, and getting students to speak and interact in the virtual world. So I highly encourage you to develop Minecraft lessons. Though we only have 2 teams that are becoming our experts, this is our expert teams, Team GT and Team Lin, but we would like some more people to be involved. Yeah. Okay, so this gender equity issue, you see here, before we get into like Minecraft world, we would always do like slide presentations and on the background of the culture, right? So here you can see the slides. Women cannot touch the boat, and women were treated unfairly. And then, the design was the interactive aspect of it is to use Jamboard to design the issues, and 3rd graders, they are really good at drawing. They could draw the girls with a canoe and with a cross on the canoe saying that women cannot touch the boat, right? So these are activities before in-world lesson, right? Okay, and also without using Minecraft education, how do we need to use more interactive teaching tools, online teaching tools, to engage the learners to practice the concept and in the language. So Jamboard is used to retell the story, the keywords that they've learned from the lessons. Also, there are groups that use Pear Deck to like closed test practices to review important concepts, and we have picture clues to practice expressing these concepts in English. Okay, so yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with this. So these are all pre-task, and it could be post-task, meaning before we get in Minecraft, we could teach the lesson and then use these interactive tools to reinforce the language, and then get into the task in Minecraft education, and then once you complete the task, when you get out of the world, we do a review using these interactive tools again. So it's pre-task, while task, Minecraft in-game, and then post-task outside of Minecraft education, and using online tools to evaluate, to sum up the lesson. Okay, next. So that's before play. Introduce the Dao Village pit house, and ask students to build a pit house with 2 materials and set up the rules before they get into Minecraft. So let's stop right here and reflect. How do you think this pre-task activity in Minecraft gives you the idea of how to prepare a pre-task activity for the Cyber Castle challenge? Anyone? Let's see. I am going to pick on someone if nobody else is volunteering. How about Anne? Anne, are you there?
Yes,
What do you think?
about the Dao Village
No,
lesson plan.
no, about like this is our little lesson plan, and this is what we do before we play. Now that we've experienced Cyber Castle Challenge, what kind of before play lessons should we build?
Before building the cyber castle
Yeah,
lesson,
yeah.
what can we do for the
Yes,
student?
yes, yes, yes.
So I think first we need to teach them how to find teacher in the castle.
Uh-huh.
Since while we playing, there are some people they are not actually they don't know how to follow the text or what they are or what we are going to do now.
Yes.
So I think we should put some introduction
Uh-huh.
or guidelines in the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So when we in the game, students will get into what they should do immediately.
Okay, good, good. How about Utah? What do you think?
About
Before play, the Cyber Castle Challenge. What do we teach kids before we take them into the Minecraft world?
Or maybe ask a different way, what would have been useful for you before you went into the cyber castle app?
Yeah, what would have been useful for you if before we went into the Cyber Castle Challenge?
I think the basic WASD, the should teach student to use the main for
How to navigate in Minecraft.
yes.
Yeah, that.
And then also the right and left mouse.
Yes, I think, yeah, that's the very basics. Thank you, Yuta. Even like before we get into Minecraft, that would be the very first step. What about Yuki?
Hi.
Yeah.
I think that before playing the Minecraft, we need to teach students how to know the basic concept of Minecraft, like how to move forward, like that, and also teach them the background knowledge of the general idea of the culture, like that.
Thank you. What about more specifically to the Cyber Castle Challenge? What would have been better if some sort of instructions were provided before we enter? Kai, would you like to express your views?
I think mm, make students learn how to look about their backpack.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important because they have to build something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay, very good. So the inventory. Okay, inventory. And the examples that you provided were more like general in terms of Minecraft. What about the the cyber challenge lesson? What sort of background or introduction would you provide them? Um, Tracy?
Yeah. I think I will introduce the importance uh, of cooperation.
Uh-huh.
So they can think what they should do or let their classmates to do.
Okay. So, for example, what are some tasks we need to do together in the cyber castle challenge? How would you go about teamwork on that?
I think I will put them in some teams, and one team to feed the chicken, and one team to fix the wall, and one team to protect the chicken, like that.
Oh yeah, wonderful. That's a great idea. Dak, what do you think?
Yeah, these are the gold star answers. The whole idea of cooperation and collaboration. That's one of the things that gets taught a lot, but it's never on the syllabus.
Yes.
You know,
Wonderful.
if we expect to keep these chickens safe, we have to work together. That's a given, but we never give it. Because if one person decides to push that button and open those gates halfway through the night, game over.
Yep. Yep.
And if they don't know that they shouldn't do that, why wouldn't they push that button? So, reiterating what some of your students have said already, the idea of this is why we're here. You know, these are the 5 steps in cybersecurity. You know, identify the threat was one of them. Protect your assets was one of them, and then show that correspondence between what we're talking about in the real world in the lesson plan
Mm-hmm.
and what in the game represents that
Mm-hmm.
and how they work together.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, so now we can move on to our next slide. So, when you get inside the Minecraft gaming or Minecraft virtual world, what we're really encouraging is for your students to speak up and for you to speak um, in English and interact with them in English only. So that they're already in an environment where they're very motivated to participate in, so they would want to understand what you're saying. That gives them the motivation um, to participate. They will want to know, okay, what do we do next? We need to collect the eggs. How many eggs do we have, right? So encourage your students to also not just to encourage them to interact in English. So if we want them to speak to each other in English, we would need more practice before we get into the world. So in this case, with your experience, I know we haven't been talking a lot because we are in a large group of 20 in one voice channel, but in your own lesson with your kids, there's only going to be about 2 to 5 students you're teaching. So what would be some of the questions you would pre-teach the kids to ask? What would be some of the questions we would pre-teach students to ask when you're teaching the cyber castle challenge? Let's see. Yumi. Yumi, are you there? Hi. You're having trouble with your mic. We can't hear you. Okay, what about Zoe? Sorry, Zoe? Yunan?
Hello.
Yeah, what questions would you ask or pre-teach the kids for this lesson?
For greeting.
For the cybersecurity. What were you asking each other a lot during the game? What would you be asking? For the cybersecurity challenge?
After the games or before?
Before the game, when we are going to prepare them for the in-game interaction.
Maybe ask about how well they know about the Minecraft, how they can play it, and some of the key points such as how to feed the chickens that they can successfully bring the chickens back.
Yes. So, what kind of dialogue would you did you have for the kids for the feed the chicken or to complete the task? GT?
Maybe I was before we hop into the game, into the world, I will prepare my students with some like helper sentences.
Yes.
Maybe like how to, or how should I, or need help, things like that. Those can be the helper sentences for students. And I will also inform them in advance that while playing the game, the teacher, me, I will ask some questions such as, how are you doing right now? How many eggs do you have? Oh, what will be your next steps? What are you going to do next? So that those can be the clues, like the vocal clues in the world, so that when students, while kind of like enjoying themselves in the flow, playing, but when they hear those kind of clues, in their mind they can kind of stop and to think about, what what kind of content that they should answer and respond to my clues.
Very nice. Thank you, GT. Jack, you were
I'm saying that, yeah, that question, anything involving eggs is an excellent question because at the beginning, that's what everything's focused on. Some other simple questions might be, how do I get downstairs? Or where is the librarian? Or what am I supposed to be doing? Or I'm lost. Help me. Very simple phrases.
Yes. So I was thinking, what should we do next? How do I get eggs? How many eggs do you have? How many eggs do I need for a hammer? How do I get a hammer? Right? These are the type of questions that we that students can ask each other. Like when we're thinking beforehand, some of the sentence that we could pre-teach. How many eggs do you have? How many eggs do I need? Something like that, right?
When will the foxes come? How do we keep them out? Where's this button you keep mentioning?
Yes, yes. So yeah. So actually, we to pre-teach the language that they need to interact in the world is the key to having them encourage them to speak in English, right? So in this Da'u village lesson, the reason why I'm providing this example on the right is that um, what's her name? I forgot. Tina, what?
The name of the class lesson plan.
No. The name of the person who teaches in this your screenshot.
Junqi.
Junqi, right? In English, I forgot. Luna, what's her English name? She's your classmate, right?
Yeah, she's Ginger.
Oh yeah, Ginger. Yeah, Ginger did a great job in this lesson because she's using mainly English to interact with the kids, like a lot of English. And the kids were using mainly Chinese, but then when she says something wrong, this is the kids were correcting her in English. She's saying this is a nice room, and the students were saying this is a living room. All right, so that's our goal. Okay, and then after building, we would want students to show what they built. In this case, they were building a pit house for the Dao village, and the sentence frame was like, I used something for the pit house. I made a banner for the pit house. They were decorating the pit house, the banner, loom, and torches. I used lanterns to decorate my house. Lanterns, chest, campfire. This is a campfire, something like that. So we would also, in a separate lesson, encourage them to share what they've have or what they've experienced in the Minecraft world. Okay. All right. So that's it for our lesson. And very briefly, Dak, this is how we set up our teams. Next. These are these are the students that I will be supervising. I have 4 teams. I have Lynn's team, GT's team, and in the 3rd team, 4th team, I have 4 teams that I would supervise on the lesson planning. Next, this is Professor Dai will be supervising these 3 teams. Okay, and this is for Professor Jenny. She'll be supervising these 3 teams in terms of lesson planning. And that's it. Thank you, and please. And this is the 学伴组长, the leaders who would be overseeing all teams, lesson planning, teaching, and observing in class and giving feedback. Okay. All right. So thank you for participating in this morning's Evo Minecraft MOOC, Minecraft Education Edition Exploration, and our Minecraft Edu at NTUE online workshop. And Dakota, do you have some final thoughts?
I think the main one would be to think when you're trying to do things in Minecraft, what can I do differently here to get different results than what I do in the normal classroom? Mm-hmm. I think that's the whole key to making it work. If you're doing exactly the same thing in Minecraft as you're doing in the regular classroom, you're probably going to get very similar or exactly the same results. So it's a different, exciting place for the students to be. So take advantage of that. Use that to your advantage and leverage that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And we really appreciate Dakota joining us from the US. And I think it's 11 o'clock at night for you, Dak, right? Very, very
Yeah,
late.
you're more than welcome. This is play for me, so I enjoy doing it.
Thank you. And thank you all for joining today's 3-hour session of training. And we have a lot of support from the Ministry of Education, and we highly encourage each one of you to attend all our online training sessions. And you will, for those who attended all, will be rewarded, you know, perhaps a webcam, like, you know, some tech gadgets that's supported by the project. So we're giving out uh, technology related gadgets for those who attended all or more online training sessions. Although it should
I believe the appropriate technical terminology for those are toys.
Toys. we're giving out toys for you for those who attended more, although it should be required but
so that you can play and learn by playing.
Yeah,
that's the secret.
Yep. Thanks. All right, I hope you all enjoyed today's session. So yeah, it's time to say goodbye. If you could quickly say bye and thanks, then thanks, Dak, then we'll end this session. Yeah.
A wonderful training. Thank you.
Thank you, GT.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Dak. Bye, Professor. Thank you for today's training.
Thank you, Anne. Anyone else? Say bye
Thanks
before
for
you
today. Bye bye.
Bye, Lynn. Thanks.
Thanks for the training.
Really fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Phoebe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you
teacher.
for the learning.
Thank you,
I learned
Tracy.
a lot.
Thank you, Emily.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Tracy.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Yuki. I guess they wanted to be with us. Jack. We have some more people.
That's the saddest sound, cricket noise.
Cricket noise. Oh, thank you, Dak, so much for today.
You're more than welcome. I didn't think to remind them, or at least the ones that were involved with the EVO project that
Yes.
I'm on every day at the same time, but I think it's probably an inappropriate time for them anyway, because it just doesn't, like the dead of the morning.
No. Thank you.